Chad Kugel, have a 1990 Nissan Pulsar GTI-R. These cars were only put out in the UK and in Japan. In the UK, they were known as Sunnies. This is a Hobgoblin. It was made to use the Group A rally, is what Nissan made it for. So they only made like 13,800 of these production-wise. This is a Phase 1, or Series 1 Phase A car. So it's one of the first production models for it. It's got a SR20 DET 2.0 motor in it with all-wheel drive. And it goes 0 to 60 in a little over 5 seconds. This car was a track car that was built in Japan. It was brought over in June of 2016, and I bought it in September of that year. I've had it for roughly a year, and I really enjoy the car. It's agile, as any all-wheel drive car usually is. I mean, it gets a lot of looks, people don't know what it is. With this car, I did take a gamble. I bought it before I saw it and flew down to Florida and drove it back without really even knowing anything about the car mechanically. But Japanese cars are very well documented to have like very well maintenance upkeeps and stuff like that. And they had all the maintenance records for this car. All the upgrades that are on it are on the car. It's got a HKS downpipe, HKS intake, Apexi boost controller, the Power FC Apexi. It's got a Keukemann racing exhaust with an HKS muffler. It's got the Vokes racing wheels on it with a full roll cage put in the car. It's got JIC Magic coilovers with various spring rates. We're guessing about 1,400 in the rear because how stiff it is and how rough the ride can be. My experience with working with importers is the people I went through, they really went to bat for me when I couldn't get the car licensed or registered at first. So the place I went to, I would have no problem going back to again.
All right, welcome to Auto Lounge. I'm Ryan, and today I am in a 1990 Nissan Pulsar GTI-R, and boy is it fun. It's right-hand drive, obviously, from Tokyo, and the owner Chad already discussed a lot of the features of it, and we have something behind us. Now we'll be fine. Into fifth. So this is my first time driving right-hand drive, and I can tell you it's not as hard as you think it is. It's pretty easy to get used to. Shifting's a little weird to do with your left hand. If you're right-handed like me, it can be a little different. Can be tricky to get it into certain gears, like for instance third, I want to go into first. That can be tricky. But this car does ride rough, as you can probably hear. It has solid motor mount, solid transmission mounts, a lot of vibration noise. It's a very stiff suspension, but it is very fun at the same time. Oh, got a little to the side there. So this car is all-wheel drive, turbo SR20, little turbo, nothing special. Little fourth gear pull. Hear the turbo spool up as well. And I'm getting to the side again. So this is his daily driver. I mean, yeah, and he also has a 350Z. I don't know if I could daily this. This thing's definitely extreme. Yeah, this thing's fun though. Handles really well. Like he said, it was a track car in Japan. He's already autocrossed it, like 2 weeks after you got it. So he took no time to have fun with this car. Heel towing's easy too. I like this clutch. It's easy. Fifth is a little far off from what I'm used to. Cattle crossing. Living in Iowa. Oh, I want one of these things now. So yeah, I eventually will own a right-hand drive car, because this is just so much fun to drive. And we actually, we just got back from the ice cream cruise, 2017 ice cream cruise, and then for those that don't know, that's a huge, probably one of the biggest meets in the Midwest. It's in Omaha, Nebraska. This thing got so many looks as we were pulling out. Everybody was asking what it was. They didn't know what what kind of car it was. They thought it was probably like a GTI or something. It looks really inconspicuous. And they saw the rear badging, like, oh, Pulsar, that's definitely something different. So as Chad said, there's only, you know, he estimates about 40 to 50 in the United States, and it's crazy that, well, a little less than that actually, but it's crazy that one of these is in what is in my hometown in Ames, Iowa. And this car is not stock. It has a lot of performance upgrades to the engine as well. What I've noticed is that the torque curve it's super linear. There's not a lot of turbo lag, honestly, for how old it is. It's really kind of subtle almost. And I don't know how fast I'm going either because it's in kilometers. So yeah, let's just say we're going a decent speed right now. Okay. So these are for sale. You can find these cars, and if you can pick one up, I definitely recommend it. I mean, Chad Daly drives this, and it's super fun. You get tons of looks. It doesn't necessarily look like a car that would be right-hand drive first off, and then you start to see all the Japanese parts. You're like, oh yeah, that could be it. This corner. This thing just stays planted no matter what. And I'm all over the road. Man, I love this car. And another thing is that it's quiet. I mean, not so much on the inside, but on the outside, it's super quiet. And it doesn't look like that because it has a big exhaust tip on it. You know, you don't really hear it coming. It looks like a tuner car. It doesn't really sound like a tuner car on the outside until you start revving it higher up, and then it does start to sound like a SR20 motor. We'll do a little second gear pull here, just a little bit. I'm not gonna rev it too much, but okay. Oh, rocky. This thing's easy to drive, honestly. I love it. And just like that, we're going way too fast. This thing's fun. If you're looking at finding a unique right-hand drive car that you can buy from a dealership, I'd definitely check out a Pulsar GTI-R. These things are a blast, and man, I want one so bad now after driving this thing. So thanks to Chad for letting me review the car. Should have checked out Auto Lounge. We'll be putting out a lot more videos, hopefully, of unique cars around the scene. Thanks for watching.